Alright, let's go. Number 10. But before I show you the 10 signals we have received from deep space that scientists still cannot explain, I want you to sit with one fact. We built dishes the size of football fields and pointed them at the emptiest, darkest parts of the sky, and we have waited for more than 60 years. Most of what comes back is noise. The static of dying stars, the low roar of black holes, the faint hiss left over from the moment everything began. But sometimes, buried inside all that noise, there is something that should not be there. A pattern, a structure, a voice. And once you know those things are out there, drifting through the dark, you cannot look at the night sky the same way again. Number 10. Fast radio bursts. The most powerful signals ever detected, and no one knows what sends them. In 2007, an astronomer named Duncan Lorimer was going through old telescope data when he found something he could not believe. A burst of radio energy so powerful it outshone an entire galaxy, packed into a few milliseconds. For a moment, a single burst of energy carried more power than 500 million suns. Think about the power required for that. Today we have detected thousands of these bursts. Some fire once and vanish forever, never to be seen again. Others repeat, on a rhythm so precise you could set a clock by it, like something out there is tapping out a signal and waiting for us to answer. Whatever sends them must be one of the most violent things in the universe. A dead star collapsing, a black hole tearing matter apart, or something we have not even imagined yet. And here's the part that is rarely emphasized. After all these years, after all these detections, we still do not know what they are. Number 9. The wow signal. The single most famous sound ever caught from space, and the one that has never repeated. On the night of August 15, 1977, a telescope called the Big Ear was scanning the sky near the constellation Sagittarius. It picked up a signal so strong and so narrow that it could not be produced by anything natural we know. It lasted exactly 72 seconds. The astronomer who found it, Jerry Eman, circled the numbers on the printout and wrote one single word in the margin. Wow. That is why it is called the wow signal. We have pointed better telescopes at that same patch of sky for decades, waiting, hoping it would come back. It never has. Whatever spoke, spoke only once. And in the 50 years since, we have never heard anything like it again. Number 8. BLC-1, the signal from our nearest star. In 2019, the Breakthrough Listen project was studying Proxima Centauri, the closest star to our Sun, only 4 light-years away, when it detected a narrow radio signal that shifted in frequency in exactly the way signals from a moving planet do. It was the most promising candidate for an alien transmission ever recorded. For a few months, the world held its breath. Then the hope slowly faded. Further studies suggested it might be our own interference, a faint echo of our own technology bouncing back at us. But it was never fully explained away. And the deeper point remained. If we can mistake our own noise for a voice from the stars, how would we ever be sure of the difference? Number 7. Tabby's star. The star that behaves like something enormous is eating it. KIC 8462 Town 852, a star about 1,500 light-years away, dims by up to 22%, in a way no other star in the sky dims, as if something vast and irregular keeps passing in front of it, blocking its light in jagged, uneven drops. Scientists proposed comets, dust, a shattered planet. Then, carefully, quietly, a few astronomers wrote down the idea no one wanted to say out loud. A structure, something built. A megastructure, a swarm of machines orbiting the star and harvesting its energy. It was never proven, and probably never will be, but the star is still up there, and it is still dimming. Number 6. Oumuamua, the visitor that accelerated. The first object ever seen entering our solar system from somewhere else. In 2017, a strange cigar-shaped object crossed our sun and then did something that should not be possible. It sped up as it left, faster than gravity alone could explain, as if something was pushing it from behind. A comet, they said, but it had no tail. A rock, they said, but it tumbled like no rock should. A spacecraft, a few said, and were laughed at. Oumuamua is gone now, moving out into the dark between the stars, and we will never know what it was carrying. Number 5. The signal from the center of the galaxy. In 2025, astronomers detected bursts of radio energy coming from the very heart of the Milky Way, from around the supermassive black hole called Sagittarius A star. It repeated in a pattern that matched no known object in the universe. Some wondered if it was a new kind of star. Some wondered if it was the black hole itself doing something we did not understand. And a few, in the quiet rooms where these things are discussed, wondered something else. The center of the galaxy is the oldest, densest place in our sky. If anything was ever going to build a beacon, that is where it would put it. Number 4. The Arecibo signal that appeared 3 times and vanished. In the early 2000s, the Great Arecibo Telescope, the largest radio dish on Earth, the one that watched the sky for decades, found a signal that appeared at the same frequency 3 separate times, from a region of space that should have been empty. Then it stopped, and never returned. Arecibo itself is gone now, collapsed in 2020, its massive dish torn apart after decades of watching the sky. But the signal it caught is still in the records, still unexplained, still waiting for someone to explain it. Number 3. Peritons and the lesson that broke our hearts. For years, astronomers at an observatory in Australia kept detecting strange, bird-like signals they called peritons. They always appeared around lunchtime, which should have been the first clue. For years, no one could explain them. They matched nothing in the sky. Then someone checked the break room and found a microwave oven. When you opened the door a second too early, it leaked exactly the right kind of radio burst. Every periton was a microwave. This is the part that is rarely emphasized. Our own planet is the loudest thing in the sky, and every time we think we have heard a voice from the stars, we must first prove it is not our own echo. Number 2. The signals we are still receiving right now. Because most people do not understand this. We are not just finding ghosts in old printouts. Right now, tonight, there are telescopes listening, and there are signals arriving that match nothing natural, and astronomers are running them through their models and finding no answer. Some will turn out to be microwaves. Some will turn out to be stars we have not imagined. But here is where 2 of the greatest mysteries collide. Somewhere in that flood of unexplained noise, there might be a voice, and if there is, we may have already heard it and simply not known what we were listening to. Number 1. The silence itself. The signal we have never received, and the one that matters most. Because for 60 years we have listened, and this is the strange truth of it. The most terrifying signal in the universe is the one we have not found. The universe should be loud. There are trillions of stars, billions of years, and if life were common, the sky should be full of signals. And it is not. The silence is a signal, and it is telling us something we do not want to hear. Either we are alone, or something out there is making sure nobody else answers. Some call it the Great Filter, the idea that every civilization reaches a point where it destroys itself before it can speak across the stars. The silence might be the answer to a question we have barely begun to ask. Are we the only ones listening? Or are we the only ones left? And that senior astronomer, the one some of you have asked me about, the one who allegedly said off the record that he wished we had never looked. When he said it, this was the sky he had been staring at. Not the beauty of the stars, but the silence between them. Because once you start listening, really listening, you understand that the question is not whether something is out there. The question is what it means that it has not spoken. And that is a question you carry with you every time you look up. If this video changed the way you hear the night sky, then there is a deeper question waiting for you. What happens after we finally do hear something? I made a video about that. It is on the screen right now. And if you want to be here for whatever answers come, hit subscribe, because the universe is still speaking. We just have not learned to listen yet. Alright, see you in the next.